I've got a question for you. How much are you spending on your personal growth, on building your skills, your identity, and building your self-confidence, your mindset? How much are you investing in yourself? How much time? How much money? So I just spent $31,000 on myself and my growth and my skill development in the last 21 days. And I've spent hundreds of thousands on stuff like that in the last few years alone. And so I want to sort of pose a question for myself. First of all, am I trying to brag here with all this money I'm spending? Am I just an idiot for spending all this money? Or what's going on here? And I'm doing this with the purpose of sort of hopefully acting as a bit of a mirror for you, asking yourself what you are doing to develop yourself. If you're investing enough or maybe too much, or what are you doing? So why am I spending so much money just to learn new things that I believe I can implement in terms of mindset, strategies, tactics, skills, all these kind of stuff? Well, it's very simple. I have this belief, and that belief is that the scarcest resource that exists is time. That's the only thing we can't renew, right? And I think it's not just a belief, it's a fact. And so money, on the other hand, there's more money that that we can attract and we can generate than we will ever need. And I like to think that there's no limit to the amount of money that I can attract, but there is a limit to time. And therefore, I think the smartest people in the world, they invest in things that they might be able to figure out on their own, but they want shortcuts. They want to get there faster. And for me, it's all about finding leverage. How can I leverage my time better? That's a question that I ask myself almost daily. What can I do to have more of an impact? How can I leverage my voice, my message through the podcast, through videos, through all these different other means? How can I have a bigger impact with clients? In other words, how can I leverage my time and my expertise more? And so when I invest in different programs, it's usually because there's one part of what I'm doing where I feel like here's the next level for me, or maybe there's a gap that exists in my skills, my development, or maybe I'm just curious. So I spend a lot of money on this kind of stuff. In addition to buying several hundred books per year, I'm a bit of I don't know, maybe it's a weirdo is the right word, but I'm just like so obsessed about finding out what I'm capable of and getting to my goals faster. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying if you want to get to where you want to be faster, invest in yourself, invest in these kind of shortcuts, because there is always somebody that has done what I'm trying to do and what you've done, what you're wanting to do. There's somebody who can show you the shortcut. You don't have to try to figure everything out yourself. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be trying to do everything yourself. And just so, the generation, my parents, for example, so I'm in my mid-40s, a little bit past, to be honest. I'm 47, okay. So my parents, for example, they're like the post-war generation, and they're taught, and through them, I think what was imposed on me and people my age is like, you better figure everything out yourself. You cut your own lawn, you mow your own lawn, you're supposed to know how to fix your car or whatever. And in my generation, it's like, no, that's just stupid, because there's such a low leverage on the time that I'm investing in things like that. I want to outsource as much as I can when it comes to homework, when it comes to everything from cleaning to everything in my business that I shouldn't be focused on. And I really, really implore you to do the same. As you might know, if you listen to my content, I'm so huge into simplicity and simplifying your life, which is another kind of word for that would really be to focus to get more leverage. And so in everything I do, I try to get as much leverage as possible. Even the studio that I'm standing in, like as you can see, maybe you feel like it's boring. I'm always showing up in the back, the same kind of neutral background for the most part. It's because I have a standardized workflow, which makes it easier for me to just turn on my microphones, my cameras, the editing process. Everything is very simple because it's standardized. And so when it comes to investing in yourself and getting these shortcuts, what I would do is ask myself, where am I not seeing the results that I could be seeing? What is my goal and where are the gaps? And then, find the best way that you can to find a solution that will get you there faster, giving you a skill, an upgrade in your thinking, whatever it is that you feel like you're needing, because that should give you a multiple. It should multiply the results if you're implementing it. So for example, what I just did, one of these investments was I joined Tony Robbins' Business Mastery 2. I've done Business Mastery 1. I did it in 2015. It's quite a few years ago. Even back then, I felt like I kind of knew the core concepts. I knew where Tony gets all his stuff. So I was like, on one hand, is like a lot of repetition, but there's always the breakthrough moment. And what I'm really looking for when I buy a book or when I'm going through a course is like, if I can find one thing that really lights me up that I start to implement on immediately and changes some parts of my business, it's going to be worth the investment manyfold. And that's happened in 2015. And now that I did this, again, I felt like there was so much stuff that I'm like, I know this stuff, I've heard it a million times. But there were a couple of things, a couple of guest speakers, there was something there that again, like triggered a new business that I'm getting involved with right now. So all it takes is that one shift and that one decision. And I find that even if you're like tight on cash or you feel like this is just stupid, I don't really have this money, go find it. Because if you know that this is something that you are committed to, that you must do, you will find a way to find the money. So, and sometimes there's a lower solution, like there's a more affordable solution than joining an expensive mastermind, or something of that nature. Excuse me. So in my case, this was mostly about, okay, I'm going to look for, and this applies to everything, by the way. So I'm just going to look for that one thing. And if I can take immediate action and make a decision and commit to it, I am determined to get my money back every time. And that for me is key. So we talk to so many people. We have, of course, like we're running ads, we have a sales team taking calls all day long. And that's why we have so much insight from people. The number one reason why people aren't getting to where they want to be and why they aren't where they want to be is because they don't invest in themselves, which means they don't bet on themselves. And if you don't bet on yourself, why do you think that customers should bet on you and invest in you? It starts with you having the confidence and the certainty and the faith in that if you invest in something, and even if it hurts and takes money that you don't have, maybe you have to go into debt. But if you do that, if you're determined to get a result, you can squeeze out an ROI on anything. That is my belief, and I'm proving that to myself over and over again. Now, have I lost money making stupid investments or things that I didn't think work out? Yes, I have. Some things have not worked out, but it's usually because of my energy. I stopped believing in the thing. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. There's always a risk. Look, if you're an entrepreneur, it's all about taking risks. Like, sure, calculated risks, and I'm all about that, but there's such a thing as faith. You have to make and take a leap of faith to get to your next level. You have to break that mental ceiling. People who are too analytical and too frugal or too skeptical, when we talk to these people, we know already what type of entrepreneur that is. Real entrepreneurs, real business owners, they don't think like that. They take chances. They're the ones who listen to you for 15 minutes and say, okay, I'm going to commit 10,000, even 30,000, whatever, and then see if it's going to work out, and then we're going to make it work out. Look, I'm not trying to sell you on our programs for giving you these examples, although I think, of course, they're great. But I just want you to ask yourself, are you investing in yourself enough right now? And what can you do to get more leverage on your time, on your knowledge? Leveraging your time, meaning what can I do to shorten the learning curve and to apply what I've learned faster and to have a bigger impact. The bigger impact part could be, what is a business model that I haven't tapped into so far? Should I stop doing one-to-one consulting or coaching? Should I start to do one-to-many? Should I go from done for you to done with you to whatever, done by you, or done to do it yourself models? Like, there are all these questions, and they all come from asking yourself the question, how can I better leverage my time and my knowledge? And that starts with you first deciding to invest in yourself. Look, it's just like sports. people say, I want to be the best in the world at this. I want to be, I want to hit these goals. But are they walking the talk? Are you walking the talk? If you say you want to have a 10 million business that makes 3 million in revenue, what are you doing to get there? Start investing in yourself. That is my message to you. If you tell me you don't have the money, well, it's just really a lack of resourcefulness, because you can find the money. You can go sell something to somebody to get the money to invest in the thing, whatever it is for you, that will get you to the next level. Go for the shortcuts. It's worth it. Like I said, I've spent hundreds of thousands on personal growth and other stuff to fill in my gaps, to learn how to do things. There is such a thing called opportunity cost. There is something called cost of inaction, and it kind of links to that same thing. What if you had known what you know today a few years earlier? What if there's something that you're not applying today that is out there that other people are doing that you're missing out on? How much is that costing you right now? Anyways, you get the point. That's my message for you today. Have a great day. And looking forward to speaking to you again. And please check out the next episode. I'm all about trying to bring you value, to inspire you, to help you to take action to reach your next level. Take care.